Hi, I'm Lisa. Welcome. This is day 38, and the topic is the responsibility for sight. So today I'd like to ask you to read a section from the text of A Course in Miracles from chapter 21 called The Responsibility for Sight. And this is one of those ideas that many people misunderstand. And what you have been remembering here during these 40 days is that you have the ability to respond. And you decide upon the goal that you would achieve. And the goal is to remember your identity. The goal is peace. And if you look at the majority of your thoughts throughout your life, they've been on your problems. And they've been on yourself. They've been on what other people are doing wrong. And they've been on how you wish your life was different. And if you look at Jesus as he emerged from the wilderness experience, which is what you're about to do, his focus was on God. His focus was entirely on the truth. His focus was on his innocence and seeing the truth in all his brothers and reminding them of it. And this is what you'll be doing. And you won't be joining someone in their story anymore. You'll hear the story, and you'll still see the things you always saw, but your dedication now becomes to remember your holiness. And what most people do with this idea from chapter 21, and it's so incredible because it says that this is the only thing that you need to do for vision, happiness, release from pain, and complete escape from sin. And sin means lack of love. And it also is an archery term. It means off the mark. So this prayer is all you need to do for vision, happiness, release from pain, and complete escape from lack of love. And to say this with no reservation, and it's, I am responsible for what I see. I choose the feelings I experience, and I decide upon the goal I would achieve, and everything that seems to happen to me, I ask for and receive as I have asked. And what most people do with this prayer is they use it to attack themselves. So they've taken this step to say, okay, everything that seems to be happening to me, I caused it. I asked for it, and now I'm responsible for it. So you say, okay, I have no money. I did this to myself. And so you take it, and now you are turning it onto yourself, and now you think you need to correct your mind so that you can have an experience in the future that's different from the one that you think you're having now. And that is not at all what this prayer says, not what it means. I am responsible for what I see. So I want us to look at the word responsibility. This is the responsibility for sight. And if you break it up into two parts, it's response and ability. I have the ability to respond. I am responsible. I'm responding to what I see. So you're remembering that your holiness blesses the world. This is where your focus is. So I'm responsible for what I see. So let's say you're looking at no money, or you're looking at cancer or sickness or pain or difficulties or problems. I'm responsible for what I see. I choose the feelings I would experience. In this moment, I have the power to respond to this thing that seems to be happening to me. So let's say you're looking at cancer. And what most people do is say, I caused it. I must have really been off the mark with my resentments and my grievances over all these years, and now I've manifested a physical problem, and now I'm responsible for what I see. And then you think that you're going to take steps to reverse the physical condition so that later you can be happy. And we've addressed all of this already. You recognize, okay, no, I'm not a body, and I'm all light. I am responsible for what I see. So in this moment, I now have the ability to get back on the mark and remember my holiness. You have that ability. And then if you watch what Jesus does in his ministry, is he was remembering his holiness, he was remembering God, and he was extending the light. He was remembering who his brothers were, and he was reminding everyone of the truth. And so I love this lesson. It's I choose the feelings I experience, and I decide upon the goal I would achieve. The goal that I want to achieve is to remember my holiness, and I want peace. I want to join with you. That's my goal. And everything that seems to happen to me, I ask for and receive as I have asked. And then I love this next part. It says, deceive yourself no longer that you are helpless in the face of what is done to you. You have all power. You're all light. You're not helpless. And you have the ability to remember this. And this is why the miracle doesn't take any time. Acknowledge but that you have been mistaken, and all effects of your mistake disappear. And so you're really learning to live in a whole brand new way now. And I always encourage you to make mistakes. Like, really just allow yourself to be fully where you are. And when you're with other people and you're hearing them tell their stories, just really have this as a practice to say, okay, before I open my mouth, I'm going to remember the light that I am. Everyone can do this. You'll see how easy this is. And then from this place, you're going to be listening to whatever this person is telling you, and you're going to be watching the mind. It's just going to go right back into the old ways of giving advice and joining in the suffering, and you're remembering, no, I don't do that anymore. I'm now allowing truth to occupy my mind completely. And I have the ability to respond to this situation in the way I choose. And then you do it from that place. And this is exactly what Jesus was doing. It's not a big deal. And you're learning that you have that same power. This is available to each and every one of us. And you're not helpless in the face of what is done to you. And then watch how quickly everything that is not the light disappears, because darkness cannot stay in this kind of light. So all I ask for you today to do is to read this section and to realize that you have the ability to respond. And you're choosing the feelings you experience. And no more attacking yourself for what seems to be done to you. And you say, okay, this is happening. This seems to be my experience in this moment, but I'm not going to drag my past into this moment and beat myself up for it. Wherever you are, it's all light. And watch how quickly things change when you live in this way. And you begin just extending the light. Just let it flow. Just keep letting it shine. Let your love shine. And this is all that's asked in all the situations where you're sent. Just bring yourself back into this present moment. And just like Jesus, let your full focus be on God and love and on the truth. And using your mind to bless and extending the light that you are. I love you. Thank you so much. And it's simple. You see, this is not complicated business. And miracles occur. And so, have fun with this lesson today. You have the ability to respond to everything you see. Thank you.